I've unlocked 2 third-level spell slots, so now I can do third-level smites, baby.
Yeah, I think my shit needs to be updated again. I got Draconic Spirit, so I'll take Venomfnag Spirit.
Neat.
Not the way it works, but thematically.
Wait, what's Draconic Spirit?
You can summon a Dragon Spirit, essentially.
Yeah.
Like a sorcerer. Apparently. I didn't even know druids could do that.
Maybe it's just your druid? Because you're like a special druid?
Maybe, but I think it's one of the new books I edited. Some OTT, something like that.
Oh, is it from one of my funky books?
Most likely. So I was going to ask if I could use it. If not, then it's fine. It's not a big deal. Is the stream still on?
No.
I just put it back up. I'm just getting Foundry back up as well.
Okay.
Or restarting, so just bear with me.
I rolled a 17, by the way, Jack.
17? 17, yeah. You kind of like get underneath it and try and heave it, but it stays stuck.
Then I would call Lexi over there.
Solabranx the Large is on his way. I can't roll because Foundry's dead.
You
I
have
will
to
be
roll
on
D&D
it in a second. On D&D Beyond, okay.
Pretty cool failure.
There's a 21 on my D&D Beyond.
21. You kind of like, it's a lot of effort. And you kind of start to lift it and you're like really heaving and it finally just pops and you kind of, it comes loose and feel like you could lift it.
Didn't feel like I could lift it.
No, it does feel like you can now lift it. As you've knocked it loose now, if you can want to lift it open, you can.
Okay, yeah. I will open.
Yeah. And you open this massive chest and your pulse is racing because you're imagining all of the treasure that you could possibly find in this thing. And as you lift it open, it seems entirely empty. Except for right in the center at the very bottom is a large, deep hole that appears to have some kind of swirling energy sat within the middle of it.
What? Does anyone know what the hell this is?
Make it not Shimmer. She's very arcane-y.
Or Pip. Or not Pip. Who's Pip? Or Willow?
What?
I can't hear you, Pip.
I keep muting my microphone. I am not very arcane at all.
I said Shimmer, didn't I?
You did. I said Willow because
Oh, okay.
it's one of the few people with a positive intelligence modifier.
Positive is a loose term.
Well, it's better than 0.
Yeah, but I do have Jack of all trades. I don't
Yeah.
I think you have proficiency. Don't you have proficiency, Shimmer?
Yes, I do.
There you go. Get a roll.
Thanks for remembering.
The proficient magic lady.
Yeah.
I don't know fuck about this, though. I would suggest we don't touch it. Which probably means that one of you will, having now I've said that.
I mean, it's right there.
Touch it.
We throw a pebble.
Isn't your detect magic like is it still up or is it
It's concentration. It lasts 10 minutes.
There's a magical aura to this.
What school, if any?
Bear with me.
Damn, back in. All right.
Um. I'll say it'll be conjuration.
Conjuration.
And what you said, it's just like a vortex thing or something? Is that what you said it was? Or?
Yep, it's quite small.
Right. It's like a loose stone, and I can just sort of throw near it, just see if it does anything.
Yeah, you can find a bit of rubble or something, and you kind of pick up a stone, bring it back over, throw it towards it. You aiming directly at it, or to the side of it, or
I guess directly at it.
directly at it? You throw the stone, and the stone kind of enters the hole and just disappears.
Vanishes. Right. Hmm.
Do we? Oh, no, we don't. Oh, no, we don't have Scully.
Well, if maybe get a piece of rope and sort of throw that in, like part of it, and then pull it back out. See if it
I
does
mean,
anything.
if we're willing to wait, I can spend the 10 minutes to conjure Scully again.
Well, yeah, you can do that
Yeah, we can do
if you're able to.
Nothing but time.
Like, if if we're willing to wait for that, and I'm happy, I'm happy to do it.
Yeah, you want to send Scully into the hole. I'm happy to wait.
He's got 1 HP. If he dies, he dies.
How wide is the hole? Because Junior can just stick his head in.
It's not very wide. It's like, I mean, yeah, it's about 3 feet. 3 feet wide.
Oh, you can fit a horse head in that.
Yeah, if you wanted. Can you see through his vision?
Yes, because it works a bit like Find Familiar. Also, let me find the actual spell. I know you can communicate within miles of each other.
I can do that too now.
I can do it within 100 feet.
Same.
I don't know if that is
to do
miles.
it is I'm happy to do it.
No, you asked Willow now.
Well, Willow offered.
I mean, yeah, I offered if you would like to do it for the first time.
No, I would not like to do it.
I don't necessarily need to see through it, but Junior is apparently intelligent and communicate back to me. That's more how that works with that I just read.
So you want him
It might be
to
worth someone.
pop his head in
Pick his
and
head.
then come back to you and say what you saw?
Yeah,
Okay.
because I just read I can't see through his eyes.
Right. Okay. How intelligent is he?
He's got an intelligence of 6 because that is what it bumps it up to. Because horses are usually dumb.
Fine.
Yeah.
So he walks over to the thing as instructed, puts his head into the hole, and then is completely sucked through the hole and disappears.
Oh my god, Junior, psychic connection.
It's almost like I said we shouldn't touch it.
Junior, what? Are you still there?
You have lost all connection to Junior.
Who just has this in the
Maybe
tomb?
then send Scully through just because you can see through his eyes, and then we might know for a more certain what's going on.
Yeah,
Because
okay.
we're down a hole. Yeah.
We're down a horse. Yeah, I'll spend the 10 minutes ritually casting Find Familiar so that Scully makes a reappearance. And then we'll send him down the hole.
Okay. So you go into this weird trance-like state as you look through his eyes and you kind of float him up and towards the hole, and you can feel that the hole, as you get closer to it, does have a pull. And as Scully moves through the hole, your vision to him and your connection to him disappears.
Do we
That's
not?
fucking weird.
Willow, do you Do you know how to cast Identify, or is that the thing we're going to have to nap here for? Because it's also a potential ritual.
Yeah, let me just double, because I can never ever remember if it's wizard or cleric spells that I have to have prepared in order to ritual cast them.
Wizard.
I don't know if it is.
It sounds like a wizard thing.
Yeah, because it's usually you go back through your spell book. Haha.
No, as long as I have them in my spell book, I can ritually cast them. So it's cleric spells I have to have prepared. So Identify is in fact a wizard spell, so that's fine. Yeah, I can ritually cast that.
What is the range of Identify?
Oh, I hope it's not touch.
That's an excellent. It's touch. I'm not casting Identify. Wait, if I spend another 10 minutes getting Scully back, I can cast touch spells through Scully.
And then for that half second it takes before him to get sucked in.
I know, it's never going to work.
It's a
It
black
was
hole.
just a fun thought. Yeah, so no, we're not identifying that shit because I don't want to get sucked into the ether.
I mean, maybe we could just dispel it and see if anything happens.
We could try.
Yeah,
I don't want a horse launched at me.
I'll dispel it.
Yeah, I'll stand out the way just in case it does start spitting stuff out once it's dispelled.
I mean, you could always just summon Junior back again, and then the horse will not be thrown out at us.
Yeah, but that's like I can't ritual cast things.
You wanna try and dispel it?
Yeah.
Okay. Roll a d20. I just spellcast modifier.
What is it now? 3. The attack is different, right? It's ability one I'm looking at,
It's
right?
the ability, yes.
+3 then, yes. Alright.
That includes your prof.
I'll try to do this right because last time I got dicked, so.
I'll give you guidance. I don't think that works.
13. You cast the spell, and you can feel your spell interacting with this hole, and it dissipates around the hole. It does not dispel it.
This is powerful stuff right here.
I mean, it's any magic user discern anything about it? Make a check or something.
If somebody wants to make an Arcana check, you can.
I mean, I'll...
Emma? Needs to be
You want me
proficient.
to do it?
Yeah, you're proficient.
This is your area of expertise, please.
I would expertise might be a little bit much.
I'll guidance you as well, so you get higher.
Oh,
12.
okay. Yeah, guidance me.
Roll a d4.
He's guidancing me.
Just a d4. Oh, wait, no, don't retract that. I was thinking of Lugus. I don't have guidance.
Oh god, 12 then.
Do I still have my soulbound connection thing?
Yeah, you do.
Yeah,
You didn't use yours, did you?
Alright.
So
yeah.
Take the 2 then. It's 14.
14. You're not sure what this is really. Like, it could be something akin to a bag of holding, where it kind of goes into a pocket dimension or an extra dimensional space, or it could be a portal. It could be an arcane gate.
Hmm.
Okay.
Hmm.
Can I sort of, with a mage hand, sort of like push the edge of it? Because I can do a mage hand as much as I want. I just want to prod the end of it with the edge of it with a mage hand.
You get the mage hand close to the edge, and it's sucked into the hole.
Okay. No
Bag of
picking-
holding, let's do that.
No, usually just for the.
You don't get just sucked in, do you?
Is this a similar behaviour to when I got sucked into the handy haversack? But it seems to be more? Or is it more actually just voracid and aggressive?
Were you sucked into the handy haversack? Or did you just get
Yeah,
in
we
it?
were testing it when I first got the bag, and he took all his armor off, and we just kind of plopped him into the handy haversack.
Yeah, so the handy
Was it-
haversack kind of like pulls things in that you put towards it, but this is far more aggressive than that.
Yeah, okay.
I don't suppose anyone magical knows locate object.
I
Does, don't you?
I don't have it prepared, but
Hmm.
I do have it in my spellbook.
I mean, do we get the sense that things going near it are actually being destroyed?
You're not sure?
And then,
Well, that's why I thought locate object, and then we fling in something that we recognize easily, but isn't necessarily, sentimental, and then
But
chuck it in, cast locate object, and go wham bam, here it is. But we don't have
well,
it, and I don't feel like long resting in this cave.
it's 1,000 feet, so I mean, to be fair, things could probably be teleported to a different dimension, like a pocket dimension. So I won't be.
Yeah,
Alright, well,
it's an idea.
what I'm gonna do is get a bit of rope, hold one end and chuck the other end in. If I start to get pulled towards it, I'm just gonna fucking let go of the rope. But if I can pull the rope back out, then I'll do that.
Okay, so you kind of like fling one end of the rope in, and the rope kind of like coils around and then gets unraveled and sucked down into the hole, and you can feel it's got a bit of a pull, but nothing that you can't stop yourself from being pulled in with.
Then I'll pull the rope back out and just see.
It's
what happens
quite
to the
hard
other
to pull back out.
one. Hmm.
Like
Let's
there's
see.
quite a lot of tug on it, but you managed to pull out.
And it looks completely fine.
Yeah.
I mean,
Okay.
maybe we could just go into whatever this is.
I'm down.
I mean, yeah, if you can pull it out, I should be able to sort of reach in.
Yeah, I mean,
Oh,
yeah,
we can tie you up.
test that out. Yeah, we can maybe tie a rope to you and all tug on it.
I mean, I am currently massive, so let's see how this goes.
or other way around. We can send someone else, and then you can hold this because you're stronger.
Well, I was more thinking I won't get all stuff sucked in if I'm big. Well, I am actually
What if I?
technically same size as a junior, and he got sucked in.
You could just send this like a pseudopod in, and like so we
Yeah,
can tie a rope around you.
like we do doors.
Okay, so I'll tie my rope around Lexi's waist, and everyone who is helping will sort of hold on to it, and then I guess Lexi can pseudopod in, and we'll just let him go in for a second and pull out as he's maybe getting sucked in or something like that.
And I can see through my pod.
That's what I mean. Yeah.
Well, also, we can probably ask Michael. He hasn't used any wild shapes that I remember. You can make it
He's
turn
used
to something strong.
He's just one.
Okay.
But yeah, he can do. He will. He's like, yeah, absolutely. And he'll wild shape into a massive bear. Just kind of walk over and grab part of the rope in his jaws.
There you go. Extra stability. The anchor.
Never gone wrong before. And I will,
Look like
lean over the side of this, I don't know, chest-esque thing, extend a pod, and make contact with the vortex.
You putting a pod in?
I am podding the vortex.
Okay.
Like,
As you step into the chest, you feel like a strong pull, and you put the pod towards it. Make a. I mean, you probably wouldn't need to. You can get the pod like just inside the thing, and you can feel like it's strongly trying to pull you in. And as you switch your vision to the end of the pod, there is this strong wind. And you look up, and it's like a tiny periscope. And you look around, and there is this barren field that is aflame and ash. And off in the distance is a city almost completely destroyed. Large, almost obsidian type towers growing up from it all around. Make a perception check for me.
Okay. Famously good at those Lexilabrinks.
The wise. Yeah.
Yeah, is famously good at this.
19. You feel like far off into the distance, you can hear screams of many people.
Is this similar to those sort of the apocalypse dreams I had? Because I remember you mentioning
Identical.
Identical. And this feels like fully real and not an illusion.
This feels entirely real.
Okay. Jeez, okay, Lexi's just... I'll try and pull my pod out.
It's hard, but you can do it.
Okay. I have found... I do believe I've found the source of my nightmares.
Oh,
So there's so I'm sorry, Laborn. There is no gold there. It is. It appears to be. Did it feel like another realm? Because I am familiar with interplanar with like experiences.
Make a nature check for me. Nature or survival?
No, both are plus 0. Let's go in nature. 14.
14? For the brief time you were there and you could see it and feel it, it felt like the material realm.
Felt like the material plane.
But very different to what you're used to.
Yes.
Oh.
It was like a portal to those dreams I had, well attuned to the horrible stones. But it felt real. It felt here. It felt like it does on the material plane. It was just horrible with those giant obsidian pillars, burning cities, screaming. It was horrible. And that's real. That's not. Oh God, gods.
There is a flash in your vision of purple around the edges, and you just see a hand, and on this hand is a bright eye, and then it goes away.
Ah! Ah!
just double checking that she has pulled out of the thing now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, maybe we should alert someone to this vortex to. What sounds like hell?
I mean, is this now? We haven't been to any major cities. Could this just be like an arcane, like a very aggressive arcane gate? Could we call someone? I don't know.
In your vision, which stone? Do you remember which stone it was that showed you this dream or vision?
It was sort of both, or at least no. The first, not the one we got off Sandar, is the one that dropped off Venomfnag's corpse the second time.
Oh, the green one, not the dull one.
Yes, at least I think.
Because I believe you said that you saw a dragon flying around, but I wasn't sure if it was Venomfnag or someone older and different.
There was 2 dragons, and one of the earlier dreams I saw a much bigger Venomfnag doing atrocities, and then I saw a separate dragon off sort of over the water with a strange version of Glassstaff, I think.
I see. Okay. You didn't see any dragons flying around?
Yeah, I did. I don't think I saw any dragons.
Not this time. You begin to hear a cacophony of voices. And they're almost like they're in the room, Lex. Come back, come back, come back. Come back, come back, come back.
No, thank you. No, thank you. No, thank you.
Who are you talking to, Lex?
No, I don't know. It might have some lingering effects.
Does this have anything to do with your concerning ring dictator?
Yeah, I was just thinking the same thing.
Am I getting space dictator vibes?
Are you getting space dictator vibes?
That's just what I named my ring fellow.
I mean, no. Well, in terms of the voice you can hear, is that what you mean?
Yeah.
No,
terms of the voice.
no. This is not him.
Okay.
Maybe he knows.
Yeah, I was gonna say maybe you could still ask and then just go, do you know that sort of that city or anything like that?
I will make the ring appear in my palm or equivalent, and I will just sort of ask it, Did you see that?
I cannot see what you see. What have you seen?
It was a Luna, go away. It was a it was a like a mirror realm to this one with death and destruction and large obsidian formations. It was just, it's similar to the nightmares I've had while still attuned to you. I don't know if you saw them. I don't know your sort of limit on interacting with my mind.
I can simply talk to you.
Well, have you? Well, we found it in the lair of a dragon. The portal to a mirror realm, I assume. It felt material. It was horrible.
Why are you asking for my help?
I'm not asking for your help. I'm merely asking if you can confirm whether or not this is some of your far realmy business.
This doesn't sound like the far realm at all.
Okay. Well, thank you for your time. I guess I'm sure there's much else I can glean.
A gust of wind blows through the cavern as the body of Venomfnag wisps away into ash across the floor. And left in the center of the room where his body lay is a stone.
No. Not this again. Lex, you're up. You're up, Lex.
I think perhaps we should tell maybe Cylinder about this sort of portal. Maybe it can be studied or understood.
I don't like the fact he whispered away. I prefer he would stay as a corpse.
You'd seen him do that before. You saw him do that last time you defeated him.
We saw him whispered away, and I don't like that because that means that we might not have properly destroyed his egg.
Above the table, do we know that the turtle was a dragon, or is that just Willow?
Just well.
Just okay. Making sure. Okay.
Did he like? What did he just turn into nothing, or did he like? Was part of him like? Was like his dust?
It's just green. It's just green ash and dust across the floor now. It kind of lingers in the air as well.
Oh, yeah. Just die, you dickhead.
Bear in mind, it's been like 40 minutes to an hour already of you guys kind of sat around, so it's taken a while for that to happen. But
in death as he was in life, nothing.
He's probably still alive to our horrible detriment. Well, I don't know what to do. My righteous self is sort of telling me to go in and try my command at saving the suffering. Those maybe real people are in. I just don't know.
It'll cost you your life.
Yeah,
And
yeah, there's a bigger picture. I get that you're all about saving the innocent, but trust me, if we can stick to our plans and rest up and figure things out, you'll still get to save people. It's just maybe slightly more delayed than if you go right now. But as Baldwin says, it very likely cost you. You wouldn't be able to save anyone else.
we're not exactly in the best shape either.
I'm
We
not a
don't
fan
know.
of.
We don't know where it is. We don't know what we're gonna face. We don't know if anybody there even needs saving.
They sounded pretty tormented, and that is giving some. That and not concretely knowing your reality is giving me some minor. Just, I'm not a fan of it. Minor.
It could all be to lure you in. It's just it could be a trick. When we first got here, Venomfnag himself was a trick.
It didn't feel like an illusion. Because am I sort of like detect magic would have still been active with that thing in there, so I would have been able to sense any illusionary magic on that side of the portal, and I didn't feel nothing.
No.
What's there is real, and whether that's a realm or just a portal to something happening on this realm, it's
Make a history check for me, Lex.
okay. Uh, 17.
17. The city that you could see in the distance that was kind of part destroyed and had these towers growing from it looked a lot like Baldur's Gate.
Okay.
Snap.
Yeah. Yes.
Above the table, I said that.
Yeah, I'm assuming Bold didn't say snap.
Yeah, yeah. Gasp.
Wowzers!
Oh, woe is me. um, I mean, do we know anyone in Baldur's Gate we can maybe sending Luna, go away. Luna, no hugs now.
You shaking your camera? The table.
Yes, that's what she's doing.
You know quite a few people in Baldur's Gate. Well, at least two.
We do know quite a few people. We know Kate's character, whose name I've forgotten.
Elba.
And
Elba is in
Elba.
Baldur's Gate.
And that one, jeweler.
Jeweler. Although he did say he was
What are
leaving.
the name?
And Juan. Oh,
Juan.
D-
Are
yeah,
the name
yeah.
Finnegan?
Yeah, we can
In my
call
head.
Juan. We can call Juan.
Was there a Finnegan, or was that her last name?
Elba
I'm not
Finnegan
sure.
is her full name.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Maybe Elba's mum would be the better one to speak to if you want to ask her questions.
I mean,
He didn't
The-
seem to particularly like us, let's be honest.
yeah, no, I went with her twice, and I was, mentally cursed both times.
And now he's mentally cursed by this fucking. If we go back to her to ask her questions, and Lexi has been mentally cursed for a third time by this fucking ring, I think she might actually kill us all.
I'm not saying we go back. I'm just saying.
I just want to
ask her what's up.
Oh no, I mean,
I just-
if we contact her and in any way, shape, or form it comes up, there may be an interdimensional murder.
Well,
Wait, guys.
I just want to know if she's not burning. That's what I want to know.
I actually have greater restoration now.
Oh,
Oh.
neat. Oh, that's good.
I forgot about that. Yeah, level 5.
Luckily,
Fifth level spells.
my space dictator appears to be limited and only speaking.
But that's really useful though. If we come across things like the Gorgon
Versus
sort of stuff again, or curses, yeah, anything like that would be useful.
yeah. Except I
Can I
don't have
look-
any spells available.
Can I look at the rock the dragon left?
Yeah, it looks very similar to the rock that you found when you killed Venomfnag in the field, running with chasing the druids. But it's a little darker.
Mm, are dragons good note takers? I guess not. I guess that's they have their memory stones. I was gonna say maybe there's like something around.
I mean,
No,
I don't know if you can find his journal, that would be preferable.
right? If he can draw, but I was thinking like maybe he had like a, I don't know, stone tablets or something he can scratch his claws onto. But no, I feel like dragons have photographic memory.
Nothing happened last time when I just picked it up, right? It only happened when I attuned to it.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah, if you're willing and able, you can
Oh.
try it, and then I can cure you for
It's
from the curse.
It wasn't a curse. It was just. It might have been. It was more I couldn't unattune to it. I don't know if that was the curse was, and hopefully you can remove that. It's just, I'm just gonna pick it up. I'm gonna, yeah, I'll pick it up. I'll pick the stone up.
Okay.
I think if you're going to attune to it, we should at least do it when we're sort of at full strength, just in case.
And I'm gonna, I'll immediately pocket it and it'd be like one for the road.
This is a curse including cursed item attunement. So maybe it's not cursed per se, but I don't know if it falls into that category of being cursed, even though maybe technically it isn't. It's just malice, I guess. It's just like naturally evil. I don't know. You can give it a go.
Fingers crossed.
I feel like it would probably come under them.
Yeah. Well then, you knowing that magic is very useful, Boulder.
Yeah, of course, anything to help.
So my proposition is, we find somewhere to long rest at some point.
Mhm.
We tell like Indra or someone similar about the weird hole, and that maybe we send a send spell over to like Elba or Mom or someone just to be like, "Hey, hope you're not burning."
Wish you were here, not burning.
Yeah, and then just go from there.
Maybe if possible, if Willow's willing to send two, we can send I guess one to Boulders Gate to see how they're doing, and maybe one to Fanderlin to see how they're doing as well, since they're having that problem right now.
Yeah, I suppose so.
Totally up to you.
Assuming
course.
we're going to rest first, like after, that would be.
No, yeah, definitely rest first. That's first, because Shimmer's not looking too hot.
The matter of getting to the Feywild as well. So that's Lady Silverhand, I believe.
Yeah. Yeah, so I guess we just double check we're not missing anything, and then we can probably just get out of here and never come back. Put it all behind us.
Yeah. I might close the chest.
Okay. Easily done.
It was sealed, right? Like properly sealed, like nice and tight.
Yeah.
I wonder why.
As it closes, you kind of hear this like a sucking sound as it.
Ah, that's what that was. Okay, it was a vortex.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's a good way to describe. Oh yeah.
Yeah, and there's no It's like a vacuum in there essentially because there's no air coming in. Okay.
I just realised that, and Adam think that's neat. Yeah.
Yes, physics. But yeah, I guess we can. Okay, so we're sure there's nothing else. We can get out of here.
If we have, I don't think we saw anything running through the caverns. There's not much left here. Might be something by those ruins outside. You lot can walk through, and I'll recast Find Steed because I didn't use many spell slots last session, like at all.
Yeah, there's not any other rooms, is there, Jeff?
No, you had a good look around. You didn't find any other rooms, no.
Okay.
Would anybody else like to do anything in here before we head out?
Leave.
What was that then?
Leave. I would like to leave.
There you go. All my spells, yay! It updated.
Shimmer, you okay? Anything you want to do?
No, I'm good. Let's just go.
What did Michael think about what I actually said about sort of the other burning world and what happened to Venomfnag's body? What was Michael doing now?
He was kind of observing. He was curious, a bit bewildered. I mean, if you want to get more from him, you'd have to ask him.
Yeah, sure, I will. Michael,
Yes.
I don't have such a downer perspective, but we might not be done with him.
Why do you think that? We destroyed the egg.
Destroyed the egg, but there's something really weird going on. In the chest over there, there was this. Well, we don't really know, but at least from my perspective, it was a gate of some kind to a separate realm, and to mirror ours in many ways, except it was just undergoing some sort of cataclysmic event. And I don't know what happens when dragons die for real. I assumed their bodies would just stay there and rot. But Venomfnag has once again disappeared, dusted away, and left another of those godforsaken rocks behind.
Dragons are an ancient power. Their nature is very different to ours. It doesn't surprise me that happened, but maybe there's more to it.
Maybe. And who knows? Maybe this will tell us, and I'll just hold up the darker trauma stone. But not now.
Didn't you do that before?
Yes, the one appeared in the remains, the dusty remains of the one when we fought and killed him. Well, we transported you back to your grove.
What did you see?
I saw dreams and premonitions of what I've just witnessed through that portal. Villains we've vanquished, reappearing, stronger. New foes, new, different flying creatures, a strange,
Adam.
Undeathly presence.
Adam.
Yes? Yes?
For clarity.
Yes.
You saw that through the very dark green one that you found that Xander had. You did not see that through the one that you picked up from Venomfnag when you defeated him in the fields.
Okay.
When you defeated him in the fields, what you saw was him leaving his cave and flying towards you. Mhm.
Yeah, him go out to his crib. Sorry, I mixed up my trauma.
It's okay. It's all right. It's okay. I just want to make
Yeah,
sure
well-
you're clear about the distinction
Okay, yeah, gotcha.
because you would know.
Well, done. Yes. All right. Rephrase that entire sentence, but in that context.
So you saw a memory of Venomfnag.
Yes, and
But what about the other one you said?
the first one. Well, this one we found on Xandar when he was sort of under the influence of Venomfang. It showed me premonitions and dreams of a burning realm in there.
And this was a darker stone.
Yes, similar to. Was it similar to the new one? Because you said the new one was darker.
It's darker than the second one, but nowhere near as dark as the first.
Okay. Got a nice gradient. Yeah. Sorry, Michael, could you repeat that last sentence?
I wonder if the stone darkens with the age of the dragon, perhaps.
Oh, yeah, I did hear something about that before, but then again, that just cements in my belief that Venomfang might still be alive because it can get darker. That's not a good thought in my brain at all.
I don't profess to know much about these things, Lexi. How do you know the first stone was Venomfang?
I don't. That's. We just assumed because we heard. I guess
Weren't we
getting darker
told-
there all makes sense.
Weren't we told the first stone was his mother, presumably?
Or just the
Oh.
dragon that
Or whatever.
was killed previously when the Grove found it, and yeah. Yeah, maybe.
I think we keep that portal locked up in the box. And walk very far away from it.
Pains my soul and I fear my inspiration would look upon me with a bit of shame, but it's probably best.
But I do find odd that this isn't even from a perspective of me wanting to loot the place as usual, is that there is no dragon hordes. From everything I know about dragons, is that they are usually very greedy and keep a lot of treasure and stuff. So I'm just thinking,
Yeah.
have we missed something? Is this not actually his lair? Is there more to it? Is he going to come back? Various questions.
I
When we
want the
first-
money.
Yeah, when we first fought him, he did have at least something of a horde back in
Yeah.
Thundertree, along with Droop.
Yeah, he was at least building up a horde. So where
Maybe
is
he didn't have
it?
time. He was pretty young when he had just came back both
Well-
times, I guess.
I don't know. Part of my worry is there. Well, I mean, look, you know what I'm like. I like to, find magical treasure and gold and stuff. But if there's more to the puzzle that we're missing, plans that may have been made with others or something like that.
It's just I'd never faced such a tenacious and arse-hole-ish foe before.
I mean, his
Well-
child was called Nobed.
Yeah. I'm assuming that Venompang we fought was the same size as the one in the first vision. Or was he much bigger?
Smaller.
Smaller. Okay. Yay! Well, I'll check in with this new trauma stone on our way up to the grove. hopefully when we get there, either Baldwin will have already cured me, or we can ask Thalinder for help once more.
What are you guys up to then?
I'm leaving.
Yeah.
I'm sitting on Junior, and actually, no, I think I'm still big. I'm walking next to Junior and trotting out.
Everybody
close
doing
to
the
it.
same?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, so
Okay. Michael follows in behind. And what's your plan? You just heading where are you heading to?
I mean, I think sort of back to the Grove, and then sort of on the way we'll do our sendings. I'll attempt to attune to the new trauma stone. Sleep a night or two. Attempt to remove it, and then when you get back to Thalindra, we'll know more and tell her about the other realm.
just quickly on the way out, like the ruins are just ruins. There's nothing in there or anything like that.
You have a good look around. There doesn't appear to be anything that would pique your interest. So you trek back to Silverleaf, another 13-day hike. You can obviously rest, but you won't get the full effects of a long rest. You'll just avoid exhaustion on this journey.
Right out.
I was more thinking on the way, on the journey there, we do our sendings so I can be clarified that Baldur's Gate is not burning. And then I can
If it's
attune.
if you're able to do it, then yeah.
It's only over 13 days, we can send a couple sendings.
You won't get the effects of a long rest as
Well,
normal.
if Willow is willing.
Wow. I have a question. When I level up, because obviously the D&D Beyond import has just put me in as though I've had a long rest. So I know for a fact that I was missing spell slots.
That's strange. Should have
You're right.
avoided that, but okay.
You might do that as well. I've just been.
So when I level up, where I get an extra spell slot, I assume that just kind of adds on and I've just magically got like an extra spell?
Yeah. So you've got a 5th.
Yeah, and I've got an extra 4th.
Okay.
And an extra 2nd.
Hey, there you go.
But the extra 2nd is useless for sending because it's a 3rd level spell.
Not. I still appreciate it.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'll massively be overcasting sending, but I'm willing to do it over the course of the 13 days. And everybody better hope to God that we don't get attacked.
It's your call, Willow.
I will do one. With my shiny new 4th level spell slot. But that will have to do until we get back to Silverleaf and I can have a nap.
Oh, yes.
I appreciate it.
Thank you, Willow. Picking up. Elba's mom?
Did I ever meet Elba's mom?
Yeah, because you were there when you brought me in for my brain shake.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you had that.
You at least introduce yourself as, "Hi, I'm Willow."
Yeah. I don't ever remember meeting her, but
Right. Elba's mum or Elba?
We're getting an Irish accent either way.
Yeah.
but is it going to be an Elba Irish accent? In which case, she's going to run out of words before she tells me whether or not the city's on fire.
Right.
Or is it going to be a mother who, let's be honest, probably isn't going to be thrilled at receiving the message?
It just randomly in her head. Are you burning? It's Willy.
Hi, is your Baldur's Gate on fire?
Like, did you change the batteries on your smoke alarm?
1 second, let me check.
Just say, we saw something. Is everything okay in Baldur's Gate?
To Elba's mum.
Yeah.
Did we tell her that we were called the useless fucks?
No idea.
It's the people you're
Hi,
hanging
it's
around
Elba's
with,
friends.
Yeah, I was gonna
Idiot.
say.
including the helpless slime man.
Hi.
It'd be cool if you what they should have done was like if you upscale. Sorry, upscale. What's the word?
Upcast.
That's the word. If you upcast it, increases the amount of words you use by like 10 words or something. That'd be pretty cool.
That would be grand. It's a shame it doesn't happen.
A short novel at a 9th level.
Yeah.
Okay, that's 17 words. So I will cast sending. And I'm just going to say that I've got no 4th level spell slots because I know for a fact I didn't. And just say, hi, it's Elba's friends, including the weird goo guy. Saw something odd, is all well in Baldur's Gate, which is actually 18 words.
You could put an it. You had enough to make it sound grammatically right.
Takes a little while for the message to come back. Oh, hey there. Yeah, everything's fine in Baldur's Gate. Don't know why it wouldn't be.
Everything's fine in Baldur's Gate, Lexi.
Oh, well, that's some weight lifted off my chest.
It does pose more questions, but at least I guess there's no immediate threat to Baldur's Gate.
Oh, at least this Baldur's Gate.
Yeah, I don't know.
Ultimate dimension.
But I think
Baldur's Gate.
what that does give us is the time in some way, time to think, speak to people, study, and maybe come to a conclusion before we just start rushing headlong into things, and gives us time to do other tasks as well that we've been needing to do for a long time.
Makes me wonder if it was like a portal to the future or something, or either that or an alternate dimension.
Well,
Yeah.
fingers beyond crossed, it's not the future.
I'm just going to say it, and I feel like it's because of the last, 3 weeks of my life and all of this shit with crazy cult people.
Mm.
Could it be the Far Realms?
I asked my dictator. He didn't think it was the Far Realms.
Yes, but he's also stuck in a ring. He didn't see what you were saying.
I described it as an interdimensional portal to a mirror world that was burning. Pretty accurate on my end.
Or he could be lying to you.
You could be lying to me. Very hard to incite a voice in your head.
I get that.
I wonder if the Zone of Truth would work on him if you were inside.
Maybe. That's a good idea. Have a nice one-on-one.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I guess I'll, if halfway through our journey, I'll try and tune to the second Dragonstone.
Okay. Spend an hour tuning to the Dragonstone. As you do, in the same way as the others, your vision completely shifts. You find yourself flying high above a forest. And just below you, you can see a hawk or an owl or some kind of large bird of prey just hovering around below in the distance. The image cuts, and you can see 6 people gathered around an opening, around some ancient ruins, and sat above the entrance to a cave is a large green dragon. The image cuts. You're flying down a large tunnel, chasing after an individual wearing black clothes. The image cuts. You're in a fierce battle with these 6 people. The image cuts to nothing. And then you return.
Could you please repeat that last bit? My dad wanted to tell me something.
Which
got
bit?
to flying down the tunnel.
You see everything that happened over the last 24 over the cause of fighting Venomfnag.
Okay. All right, I get. Okay, I didn't know if that was like an extra bit we saw after his death or something. Okay, well, so I mean, I might sleep on it another night in case there's any more, but that seemed mostly just like a compilation of the last day of his life.
Maybe that's a good sign.
Maybe, but so kind of was the lighter green one, because they're just flying to the opening, the convoy, where he was also killed.
Make a wisdom saving throw for me, Lex.
Okay. No, why don't I have found out? Yeah, because I was muting my microphone. Wisdom saving throw. Oh, pretty good. Dirty 20.
You don't have any dreams in the night that night.
Okay. I don't know if that's good or bad. Yeah. Okay, well. No, yeah. I'll see how things go for the time being. If I do experience something or get too weak, I'll I'll alert the druids.
Yeah. I mean, I can take care of you for sure. If you ever feel exhausted, I can definitely make you restore your vigor, and/or unattune you from the item, or at least try to.
Yes.
Shimmer, is there anything you want to do while you take this trek back from the Snakewood to the Reaching Woods?
Actually, no. I'm good, thank you.
Okay. Unless anybody has anything else they wanted to do, you will find yourself back at Silverleaf Grove.
Okay. Well, maybe maybe good news. Dragon is most likely vanquished. Oh,
Most likely really isn't that hopeful.
well, I am worried. I don't think we don't really. Again, like this dragon business, we don't know what a dead dragon looks like. We don't know if when a dragon's properly dead, it leaves a corpse or it, I don't know, does the thing it did, it turns to ash and leaves you a montage of its last day.
Above the table, Jack. The wormling, did it also turn to ash and dust, or
No, it died. Its body remained where it was.
See.
Yeah. Well, we've at least delayed it further.
is it possible, like, it could have been a fake egg, or perhaps even have more than one?
It seemed pretty big and strong when it got destroyed.
Yeah. And
Uh,
I wonder when dragons develop their soul eggs. That wormling had just hatched, and don't think it had one.
Well, yes, yeah, I don't think a newly hatched dragon would have time to lay its own soul egg. If that's how
I
that
thought you
works.
were about to say I don't think a newly hatched dragon would have a soul.
No, they can have whatever the hell they want.
And they take it. They take
Yeah.
whatever they want.
Tis mine. Yes, all signs are pointing towards that horrible beast still being among the living.
Well, if he does come back, we'll be here waiting for him.
No, we won't.
Well, not here exactly, but around.
Yes,
At least I fucking hope we won't be.
it seems to follow us. It'll find us.
It's too prideful.
I mean, we've killed it 3 times. If he does come back, I'm sure he'll come looking for revenge.
I thought
Yeah.
that was the charm. Who knows? Maybe he's doing some distracting in that other realm, like I saw in my nightmares.
Be.
Yes. Okay. Well, I guess we alert Thalindra of what we think the dragon's status is. Tell her of that strange portal. And then...
Go to bed.
Yeah,
I'd really like to sleep in an actual bed.
I would also like to sleep in some form of receptacle.
Yeah.
Willow, would you
Preferably.
mind if I borrowed your spell book for a couple of hours,
Yeah. Why?
please? Because I just want to see if there's anything interesting in there that I might be able to learn to cast myself.
I mean, you're welcome to look. There's a significant number of blank pages, but I'm working on it.
Is that how that works? You can
Well,
do
You're welcome to sit on my shoulder and watch if you want, so that you can see I don't spill Lipton tea over it or anything.
I trust you. Just don't let the boys near it.
Obviously not, no. I appreciate that, thank you.
Okay, you arrive back at Silverleaf Grove. What would you like to do there? Where would you like to go?
What kind of time of day is it? Is it like middle of the day?
It's late
evening?
I don't care what
afternoon
time of
coming
day it
into
is.
early evening.
Want to go to bed. Don't care what time of day it is. I've been traveling for like 2 weeks on 6 HP. I need to go to bed.
Yeah, I guess
Yeah,
we
we
should.
should just all go to bed and then
Yeah.
First thing in the morning.
Yeah.
Okay. Make your
So has
way.
waited nearly a month. She can wait one more day.
You make your way back to Moon Shadow Mansion. And yeah, feel free to take yourself a long rest.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm not. And I might have another dream.
Shimmer,
When you get a sec. Oh, hello. Sorry, go on.
as you rest this night, where do you put the pendant that you were given by Agiros?
Honestly, I would probably wear it. I don't think I'd ever take it off.
As you sleep, you can hear a gentle humming sound. It just gently awakens you. And the room is filled with a very dim light. And you realize that it's coming from the talisman around your neck.
Okay, I guess I assume the boring's with like in bed next to me, so I'd probably get up.
Yep. I'd say he's fast
Maybe
asleep
go
at
to
this
the
point.
window. Yeah, it's
Probably
probably fine.
yeah.
Exactly. I'll probably get up, go to the window, because Shimmer likes to see the sky, and I guess kind of just hold it and close her eyes, I guess, try and tune with it or something. As best she can, reach out to it with her soul.
Mm-hmm. As you do that, kind of, you hear a voice from behind you. Sense of home in this place. As you turn, the trees outside, they stop swaying. The crickets stop making their sounds. The snores of Laborin stops. And sat in a chair in a corner is Agiros, in his humanoid form. Can you feel home here too?
I just run up and give him a massive hug and say, "What are you doing here? I didn't expect to see you again."
He doesn't immediately hug you back. He kind of, not in an awkward way. It's like he's trying to understand how to be more social in this situation. And he kind of does eventually put his arms around you too. Yes, that's familiar. It's so good to see you again. Apologies, it's taken so long.
Are you here because this place is so much like home?
I wish that were true. No. No, I'm here because of you.
Have I done something special?
You always do something special, Shema. You are special in so many ways. You have shown courage like many wouldn't be able to do. Courage and love. And he kind of reaches out and touches the talisman around your neck. And you can see there's an energy between his hands and the talisman. You've earned the right to this.
The right to what?
A greater power. Use it for the things that you know you should. Don't abuse it.
As if I would.
I know. What are you going to do now?
I don't really know. I guess what I always do, go where my friends want to go, wherever I'm needed.
Where do you want to go?
Part of me wants to go home, but I know that I wouldn't be able to stay. I'm pretty sure I wouldn't be welcomed by some, but you said that I needed to go there to so that what happened to you, to us, doesn't happen again. And I'm anxious to make sure that I deal with that as quickly as I can, but I'm not the only one in need.
I would love for you to do that. There is greater dangers in the world, but I believe those two things are aligned right now.
I think I agree. There seem to be so many paths and so many people that need help. It all seems to, in some way or another, stem back to this growing danger that, if I'm honest, frightens the life out of me. I would like to go home and see the Feywild again, even for a little bit, even if I can't see, where I came from. Just see some of it, just be back there.
I'm sure it's wonderful.
Akiros, why did you come back this way? Why are you in a different body than you had before?
Complex questions often have complex answers. If I'm honest, I'm not too sure. I believe it's because my spirit and my soul is not tied to any physical form. Plus, a bit strange if a unicorn is trumpeting around in this room.
Well, it might be strange, but it wouldn't be unwelcome.
Well, come with me then. He'll stand
With
and
you?
take your hand.
Okay. I'll go.
And leads you out of the room. As he pushes the door, it makes no sound, no creak. The floor beneath you makes no sound. You walk down the steps and out of the main door into the beauty of the moonlit grove, when no lantern flicker happens, no fog moves. He lets go of your hand and walks into the center of the gardens of Moonshadow Mansions. And in a wisp and a glitter, his form is obscured from your view. And as this energy disappears, and you can now see, in the most beautiful way that you've ever seen him, the unicorn form of Agiros. His silver hair is glowing off of the ground. His eyes wide and beautiful, staring directly at you.
The last time that Shimmer saw him, as a unicorn, he was tortured and dying horribly in her arms. And I think seeing him like that and whole again she just bursts into tears and holds him tightly round his neck and just sobs into his mane. Says, I miss you.
He leans his head down as if to hold you back. You needn't miss me. I'm right here.
I know, part of me knows. I just wish things could have been different.
Sometimes things happen for a purpose we don't fully understand. Who would you be if all of that had not happened?
That's a very good question, and I think you know I can't answer it. Wouldn't be this, and I wouldn't have found this family as much as I've lost the family I left behind. I never would have found Laborin. But that doesn't mean that it puts me at peace with the suffering that you went through when I wasn't there.
I know. I understand your sadness. But as I said before, you needn't grieve any longer. I am not gone.
Yeah, I'm learning that. Little bit, day by day. It's getting better. It's getting easier. And I could not be more grateful that I'm able to have you with me, whatever form you take and wherever plane of existence you might be on.
This plane. I'm here. He, his head nuzzles down close to your chest and presses against your heart. This is where I live now. His head comes back up and he looks up towards the stars. And as he does, you see a flicker. It passes just past his head. It flies up and lands just on top. This small, moth-like creature kind of walks down to the tip of his nose, almost like it looks at you, batters its wings a little bit, and hops up and just kind of flies past in front of your face, and then behind you. And you turn to kind of look at it, kind of flies up to the window and into the room that you had stayed in before. As you turn back round to Agiros, he's gone. And suddenly the noise of the grove, although the grove is quiet almost all of the time, the silence that you've had while you've been talking to him has been so peaceful. Even just the sound of the water running and the crickets it's like an orchestra going off. You feel the breeze once more.
I know it's difficult to tell where we are, but do I have any sense of what kind of time of night it is? Is it close to morning? Is it the middle of the night?
You're starting to get a little bit more familiar with the way that the cycles work here. There is like a day and a night, and it's like the night is like really dark, and the day is just like there's just great moonlight. So you get the sense that it's deep night right now.
Okay.
And that's also telling by there being very few lantern light throughout the grove right now.
I think she would spends a little bit of time just sitting in the garden, taking in the surroundings, gathering herself, and then take herself off back up to her bedroom and have a little look round, see if she can see this moth creature that she saw fly in the window.
It's just kind of sat with its wings tucked back on your pillow.
Go over to it and kind of hold out a hand, see if it will, settle on my finger or my hand or anything like that.
Very enthusiastically, just kind of like jumps up into your hand and crawls up your arm and just nestles itself in between the nook of your shoulder and your neck.
And I'll just say, hello, it's good to have a new friend.
Its wings
I'm glad
just
you're here.
flutter very quickly and vibrate.
Oh, moth vibrations are the cutest. And I'll say to it, like, I need to get some more rest, and I don't want to hurt you. Do you want to wait here until the morning?
Kind of like crawls up behind your neck and then up behind your ear and just kind of almost like tucks itself up inside your hair.
That'll be a surprise for Laborin in the morning. Yeah, I think I'll just settle back down to bed and kind of curl herself up as close as she can to Laborin and drift back off to sleep.
Okay. As morning comes back around, that's where we'll take our break. And we'll see you guys in a minute.
Radio.
Hey everybody, welcome back. So it is the morning in Silverleaf Grove. Over to you.
Oh, did I not get another chance at nightmares?
Nope.
Okay. I guess Lexi will sort of just slump out the bathtub, grab his stuff, and make his way to the table in silence.
Tabitha has laid on her usual breakfast spread for you guys. Sorry about it.
This still feels like a personal attack, I'm just saying.
That's fine.
Thank you, Tabitha. This looks lovely.
You're very welcome. You're back, so how did everything go? I assume it went well.
Oh. Yes. Venomfnag was vanquished once again. What we believe his soul egg to be was indeed destroyed. It's just there are still gaps in our knowledge that are sort of dissuading us of seeing any finality.
She kind of brings her hand to her chest, and you can see she lets off this massive sigh of relief. Oh my goodness, well, you truly are heroes of this group. What makes you think that it didn't work?
Upon his death, he once again turned to ash and left behind another malevolent stone. And
is that not the way with dragons?
Well, we assume not, because another sort of adolescent green dragon was there, and when it was cut down, it remained blood, meat, and bones. So it's just...
Perhaps it lacked a natural connection to the world in the magical way that dragons more mature would.
Maybe, but I've seen visions of Venomfnag larger even than when we defeated him. And now I probably know the origin, at least location-wise, of this dream, and yeah, I have confirmed it to be most likely real. It's just left a bit of a dark shadow over my spirit. I want some higher power to just give me a pat on the shoulder and say, good job, you did it. Rather than, good job, ooh, there might be more. It's not fully clear for me.
You destroyed this dragon's soul egg. The dragon cannot live without its soul egg.
Yes, but...
Perhaps the Linger will know more, but as far as I'm led to believe, that is job done.
At least for that Venomfnag, most likely. There was a portal to... At least most likely a portal to a mirror dimension that probably has its own Venomfnag or something similar, but it's just, well, back and bring it up to Felindra. You need not worry yourself about it.
Perhaps this will help. She'll bring these big stack of pancakes that have an oozing, almost like a maple sauce on them, and blueberries and all kinds of wonderful fruits and things, and tries to make you feel better through food.
Lexi will slump over it, enveloping the entire stack, and it will slowly bubble as it's dissolved. Do a big sigh.
Okay. Anybody else? What are you up to?
I'll typically I'll be up quite some time before laboring, and I think I'll probably just sit quietly and wait for him to wake up and just think about what happened the night before.
Okay. Voila.
Probably sat in my bedroom out of everyone's way. Just continuing my new trend of staring at my amulets and not really doing anything in particular.
Great. Baldwin.
Just getting ready. Gonna have some breakfast as well, because she makes the best pancakes. So, and I can smell it from a mile away.
Yep.
I almost lifted up the air as I follow the pancake stink line.
Good Tom and Jerry cartoon.
Yeah, exactly.
Laboran?
Well, I suppose eventually I'd rise and you said she was sitting. Like, where did you say she was sitting?
Yeah, she'd just be sitting by the window, I guess.
Hmm.
Looking
I
out.
guess I'd get up and walk across to the window or whatever it is in orientation. Just sort of say good morning. How'd you sleep?
I had a visitor in the night.
What do you mean?
Well, you can have weird visitors in the night, can't you? So why can't I?
Well, what do you mean by weird visitor?
Well, I suppose my visitor wasn't that weird. It was Argyros.
Must have been nice to see him again.
It was nice to see him again, yeah.
But did he have anything to say or just visit?
No, he just came and stared at me in bed for a couple of hours. He never said a word, he just stared. No, we talked, and she kind of touches the amulet round her neck and says I think he made me stronger. Said that I'd earned some kind of power. So I guess we'll see how that goes. But he did. We went for a walk outside. We talked. I cried a lot, and he left behind a little friend for us, or for me. And then she'll kind of stroke at the furry little moth on her neck.
I guess sort of study the moth for a bit, a little bit confused. As per usual with things of like magical nature and stuff like that. Sure. Oh, what do you mean by power? What does this mean for you?
I think it just means that I'll be able to learn different types of magic, cast new spells, maybe be useful every so often.
You're already pretty useful.
Well, I appreciate you saying so, but I don't think it's going to change me fundamentally. I don't think you've got anything to worry about. Not that you would.
Okay. Well, as long as all's well.
I feel well. We talked about home, going home. He said he'd like it if I. He said he'd like it if I could. And I said that I would too. But there are, like I said to him, there are other people in need all over the place. So I'll go wherever I'm needed most by you and the others.
Well, I did make a promise that we would return to the Feywild to help you in dealing with these Twilight Stalkers, something called. And I intend to keep it. So if all's the same, I think that's where we should go next.
Well, let's. A lot's happened since then, so I think we should see what Thalindra has to say and see what the others have to say as well. And she kind of takes the moth off her shoulder on her fingertip, and it's very colourful and bright. Wings are like rainbow, iridescent rainbow colours, and she holds it out to Laborin, see if he would take it from her.
I think maybe a bit tentatively at first, but yeah, hold out my hand.
So as it walks from her to him, it changes colour, changes shape, and as it settles on Laborin, becomes dark black iridescent wings like the night sky, and with deep indigo blue patterns on its wings. I say, well, I didn't know it could do that.
Certainly reflective, should I say. Studying it.
I think she will help. I think she's much like Scully in that she'll be able to help me cast spells, see things, hear things.
Must be a bit of a wild ride, knowing how to use magic like this.
I guess I'd never really thought about it, but when you put it like that, yeah, maybe it is. Anyway, we should go and get some breakfast and join the others.
Yeah, that's good.
I guess we'll go downstairs and partake of yummy breakfast. I haven't been able to make eye contact with Baldwin's family ever since, the incident before we left for Venomfnag.
Okay. So as you all gather round in the kitchen here, up to you what you want to do next, or what you want to discuss. Perhaps some of you are considering what your next move should be.
I mean, We need to. Lexi will rise from his plate after finally dissolving his pancakes. And so we need to alert Valindra of what we've done, what we know, and whether or not she would be holding on to our shard. At this point, I trust her with it. Can decide on where we go next, be it Vandalin to purge Wave Echo of those strange far realm creatures, or whether we go to the Feywild, down those Twilight Stalkers, or Baldur's Gate. I think that's it.
I think the Twilight Stalkers have been long-standing. I was just saying to Shimmer earlier, promises have been made about that have yet to have been fulfilled. I think other things can keep for now.
As long as we all agree on it, or at least a majority.
Willow, your thoughts?
I mean, there's nothing to lose by going to the Feywild. We know Baldur's Gate isn't currently entirely on fire, so we either have time, or it's not Baldur's Gate, or something like that from the stone and Lexi's adventures through concerning portals. And it's going to take us so long to get to Phandalin that if time moves differently in the Feywild, we might as well take a detour. Side quests are kind of our thing.
Yeah, I mean, my thoughts. Definitely, I think considering type of magic that we'd have access to in terms of shifting in and out, potentially we could shift in and shift out at Phandalin anyway, and if time moves differently, maybe only a day would have passed.
4 years. That's my main worry about the Feywild.
I think that's a risk that we have to take regardless whenever we go there.
But what about you, Laborin? Didn't you? I mean, Mira's given you an opportunity to get in touch with her and find out about your own past. Isn't that something that you'd want to do?
I've waited most of my life. So any reason why I can't wait a little bit longer.
LeBron, do you recall what Mira told you last?
You said when you get the chance, speak to her.
Do you recall why?
I think she already mentioned why. Oh wait, wasn't it to do with the other hand people?
No.
Wasn't it?
Isn't it like to do with another bit of the chart? They have knowledge on back in Baldur's Gate.
From what I remember, I think she made the offer and said that if Laborin wanted to know about his father and all the rest of that and his past, then he should get in touch with them, and she couldn't tell him herself, but she'd be able to set him up with some jobs that might put him in favour of people higher up the chain that did know.
That as well.
Okay.
as well as the shard.
You asked her specifically to look into shards. Specifically, you asked her to look into Alex and the red-haired individual that Willow had faced in Baldur's Gate.
Oh yeah, that cunt.
Yeah.
So yeah, just refreshing your memory, not to influence decisions, but she had things for you based on those factors.
Well, look, Shimmer, maybe I've been speaking for you. What are your thoughts on going back to the Feywild?
Well, you know that I want to go the boring. You know it's where my heart is pulled, but it's very personal for me, and I don't want to stand in the way of what's best for anyone else in the group or the group as a whole or this world that we apparently seem to be on the road to saving. So I feel like I'm biased because I do want to go, and you know how strongly my emotions lead me. But I will go wherever we as a group need to go without salt, basically, for want of a better word.
Holden?
Feywild.
I like your logic.
That was very,
Confident.
yeah.
I respect that. Yeah.
It's it's someplace I always wanted to go. I heard many about it. It's much like it feels like much like I feel like it'd be like how my grow would feel, but maybe like on a very minute scale. So it'd be nice to experience how it would feel, the energies in that place.
I'm just worried about Gundren. I don't care about the money.
Who now?
Gundren.
Oh yeah, I know who he is. He kind of talks like this. Oh no, that's too redneck. He has more of a drawl.
Yeah,
Got a bit of a drawl? Yeah, that's right.
A bit of a drawl. Yeah,
Yeah, he was nice and smooth, like silk.
Super smooth.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
You're mighty fine folk.
I just
There you go.
I'm not pushing off going to the Feywild, but I've had my mind messed with before, and I've seen the effects this far realm can do to people and their minds and bodies. We don't know how quickly this process takes, and whether or not Gundren or others are already infected, or just for me, at least my perspective, the Feywild's inconsistent time frame is a bit of a risk. I don't want to lose the window on saving the person who brought us all together, gave us a home, and an income source we haven't really looked into yet, but
Is income really top of our priority list right now?
no, it was
Willow
more the
says
I'm
as she
putting- I'm
drops the
putting-
bag with 3,000 gold coins.
I'm putting priority on the first two, more of togetherness and loyalty and the home. And just
I understand Lexi's concerns because it is more because we know that it's probably in trouble right now, as opposed to maybe other stuff could wait. I think he's getting at.
The thing is,
I tend
it's
to agree.
always going to be a risk to go to the Feywild, and the way things are going, it's never going to stop. At that time, the people are going to be in danger. There's going to be things happening. I think at a certain point we have to take the risk. You know, there's issues with Baldur's Gate, there's issues with Phandalin, there's issues in the Feywild. We can't be everywhere all at once. We have to just go somewhere, do what needs to be done, and hope that we can save as many people as we can, and fix as many problems as we can.
I don't know. I'm kind of on the fence. Like, because I know we're probably not gonna find a shard, which is our main goal. Most likely in the Feywild, maybe we'll find one of them. So I don't know. Just depends. Like, I do want to help out the people there because I feel like we have a connection to them, because that's where we, really like we worked together as a team. That's when we first got together and did our first like few adventures there.
Yeah.
So I feel like we owe it to them, but at the same time, like I said, the shards are also pressing matter as well. So yeah, it's
2 left to be found after all.
But my vote's for Phandalin, but I'll go with whatever the group decides.
I'm leaning that way as well.
I think that means we have 2 Phandalin and 2 Feywild.
Yes, it does.
Everyone turns to Willow.
Why do I don't like this.
Why?
Willow's just like, is abstaining an option?
No, not when there's a draw.
Can't abstain. Yeah, there's 5 people. Someone needs to be the tiebreaker. At least you're not the tiebreaker. So
Where's Droop when you fucking need him?
I'm dead.
I can minor illusion him if you want.
No, I'm not dead.
I've changed my mind.
I'm not dead. I never existed.
You know my familiar? Can my familiar be Droop instead of Scully?
Nope. Because he used a goblin stat block.
I mean,
Can't she use a rat stat block and just have a really tiny?
Just a really tiny
he
goblin.
lives on my shoulder.
Yeah.
It's hard. Like the Feywild, it's exciting. It's new. It's different. It's important to Shimmer. And let's be honest, we keep doing things that are important to each other, and it's kind of helping in the Shard quest. We came here for Baldwin because it's Baldwin's family, and we thought they might have known where the Shard was, and we've ended up saving them. Baldwin's the big wolf man-faced wolf thing now, and that wouldn't have happened if we hadn't have followed the Shard. And maybe we follow the Shards to the Feywild.
Yeah,
William's book
what's to
said
say
they were
things haven't
everywhere.
travelled? Yeah.
I can send to Gundren. We can check how he's getting on. If it was life threatening or urgent, there's plenty of ways that news could have gotten to us if something terrible was happening in Wave Echo Cave. But I can send something to him. I can find out if it's deathly or if he's hurt in a way that means that we have to go straight there. But it's gonna take us weeks to get there.
Yeah.
Feywild also, as I'm sure Shimmer knows best, can be a source of great magical power. I mean, there might be that we discover stuff in there that will help us in our quest here.
Yeah, I have always wanted to visit the Feywild. Those.
I understand your
some
concerns
adventures
about time,
last time I was
Lexi. And that if we come back from the Feywild and years have passed, that we might have missed our opportunity to save the world and save lives. But if we avoid going out of that fear, we're never going to go. As soon as we save Phandalin, there's going to be something else to do with this fucking dragon and that stupid fucking mage. There's going to be something else that comes up, and we're going to have to go somewhere else. We can't put it off forever. And if we have the opportunity to go now while things are still kind of unclear and we might get more answers, I think it's the best option. Going back to Phandalin's just going back where we started.
Okay.
Sometimes you gotta take a few steps back to take more steps forward.
I don't know which side of the argument that was on, but I appreciate it all the same.
Baldwin's just sitting here offering like really deep, meaningful like quotations of things. Like, you've got to break some eggs to make an omelette, and it's not one side or the other. It's just Baldwin being like, "Yeah, man."
Well, my point was that, like, sometimes, like, if we go back to where it all started, sometimes you can find new insight to where you need to go next.
So that's with me. That's a
Yeah, I'd say that's pro Phandalin.
yeah.
No, I'm definitely pro Phandalin because, like, it's the immediate thing. I know, like I said, it's the shards are definitely a priority as well. But like, we have LeBorn's contact looking into it, like, to see if they can find out more. Maybe try getting in contact with her to get more concrete somewhere to go. Because do we know exactly that it's in the Feywild, or we just have a strong assumption it is?
No, we're going to the Feywild to understand more about the Twilight Stalkers. Yeah.
Oh, okay, I see.
That's
Yeah,
why we're
okay.
heading to the Feywild.
Okay. I guess just for the matter of like how you made your argument, Lexi, about prioritizing things, I think it's more of that for me, and because of our connection there, at least mine.
Yeah, and for mine. Don't have much of a home without it.
So that's 2 for Underland, and I'm assuming Willow went with Feywild. So
Yeah.
that's 2-1. So who's next?
I'm going to ask one more thing of you guys, since you're all having this conversation. Let's have a group intelligence check.
Oh, this is not going to go well.
We gotta put our brain cells together, our one shared.
Lexi,
This is what you are asking me to read, Jack. None of this is English anymore.
Lexi is smart.
Yeah. No, I put a lot of thought
I
into
can't
it.
roll.
Yeah, because now who knows what sheet you're using at this point? Who knows? What
I don't know.
Roll from your sheet.
Arjo, are you just going to stay like that forever? Are you never going to turn back human?
I'll sort his token out in a bit. He's human right now. Well, he's half elf, right? Elven right now.
I didn't know if it was like Samir and he was just going to stay a werewolf forever because it's cool.
Roll from the stat block, from the character sheet.
It's pretty intelligence.
Yeah, intelligence check.
Okay.
Ooh.
Did it roll? Because I didn't see it.
I had it.
It did. It didn't turn up, but you disconnect from Foundry and come back in.
Yes.
Okay.
18.
So, Willow.
Mm-hmm.
Do you, based on what you know, not only because you're above the table, you're the primary note taker, but because Willow is the one who read Quilliam's diary and also obtained the notes from Zorzula's in the captain's office. As an above the table thing, do you want to tell the group what you know about the next two possible shard locations, or the ties or the links?
So the maps on the table had locations that were like circled and crossed out on the map, which were obelisk pieces, which we figured out because they were all in like Fandolin and shit. There were 3 locations that were noted that were T, C, and G. T, Talhundreth. Initially, I had written Thunder Tree, followed by Connieberry, followed by G question mark. So Talhundreth was obviously one of the locations. C and G, jury's still out. And then
Yeah, I remember this. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
And then Quilliam's book, if I find my way back to those pages, which I still can't fucking read, there was the 4 fragments returned to Fandolin,
Yep.
which obviously all got nicked again.
Mhm.
There was the one that had been seen from the nomad tribe left from the tribe or trail, who went to the
Mhm.
Reaching Woods, who weren't ever
Mhm.
seen again,
Hmm.
which I
we
assume
assume
was
are the
obviously
druids.
the Grove and etc. etc. And then there was a conversation between Quilliam and another scholar from another plane. And then something about Twilight Gibbet, which I still don't think we ever figured out. But Twilight
Yeah, I've
Stalker's
still got Twilight Gibbet written on my thing up here.
Yeah.
I look at it every week.
Associations.
And
You can
then
assume.
obviously the Flamehead Dickhead iteration number 1 making an appearance with the Agile Hand and retrieving one of the fragments. But that last one, which was only 6 weeks old at the time, was cut short. And I think that's all I have, unless I missed something huge in my attempt to write all of that down in that one session.
You didn't. So, if your objective is to find shards, you would know. Well, you get a sense. There is a sense of urgency for all of this, obviously. As Shimmer, you well know, and since you rolled very well with your intelligence check, when we talk about time, the Feywild does not have a concept of time. It just doesn't exist. Which is why when you're there, time acts very differently back on a material world. So, in theory, what happens in the Feywild will not necessarily happen at the same time as what's happening right now. So, you can go to the Feywild, but what you don't know is how time will change on the world you're in right now. So what I'll say is that you would know from that group intelligence check that there is a risk that going to the Feywild will mean that things will happen on this world without you.
Yes, Adam.
Wasn't there a thing where like only time? The only reason like you lose track of time in the Feywild and things change is because you don't have like a constant. Like if you go into the Feywild, you bring like a clock, a hand, like a lock, like a stopwatch or a locket, and then you can use that to keep up and like understand time in a place where there is no time, as it just keeps on going, and that's a way you can sort of, without risk, move through the Feywild. Is that
With a reduced risk.
With a reduced risk.
If you bring the concept of time to the Feywild, you have the potential to keep track of it.
Okay, well,
Does the chronometer keep time?
The chronometer
no?
does not keep time.
Yeah, if anything, it fucks time.
Yes.
And only sometimes.
Yeah, it's on occasion. Other times, who knows what it is doing to like the future and stuff. So I'd probably feel most comfortable if we all sort of minimize risk, brought some sort of.
This isn't a DM trying to sway your decision making. I don't want you guys to go to the Feywild and then be like, holy shit, things happened without us and we didn't realize it was going to happen, which is why I've asked you to roll. You've met the DC, so that's what I'm telling it to. It'd be the fairest thing to do. So that's why I'm doing it. If you're adamant you want to go to the Feywild, that's fine. I'm prepared as a DM to take you to the Feywild.
Okay.
It sounds very point of no return, like pop-up screen.
Are you sure you want to
There's
do
a-
this?
there's a-
Scroll through 8 miles. Of
Yeah.
There's a
conditions.
save point right there. A shitload of healing potions.
There's a save point. Oh, if we can just like control 5 this, that'll be amazing. I mean, yeah, it
I think
seems like
in the book, Willow just said, there's clearly met a traveller from another plane, and there's this Twilight Gibbet, which the only thing we've got to go off in terms of Twilight is Twilight Stalker.
But also,
So,
to play devil's advocate on that, most of that conversation in the book was destroyed.
yeah,
That was the
that's
only
fair, but
readable bit of information. So it could be that it was something completely benign that had nothing to do with anything to do with the Feywild. It's just the only link we can make to it.
yeah, it's the only information we've got to go off. It's not that if we've got no other information, then all we can logically assume is that there could be a shard in the Feywild.
maybe we'll just. Well, there's been a majority of vote. Me and Gordon have been outvoted. I see everyone's perspectives. I just ask that before we go anywhere, we make contact with Gundren and acquire some timekeeping equipment.
Mhm. While we can, you know what I mean? Like while we're able to, because if we just go kind of like, and then come back, and then who knows? Maybe Boulder's Gate at that point will be on fire. And
Stop saying words.
That's what I'm saying. What?
Sorry.
No, go ahead.
Is the golden box the only way you have of contacting Mira?
The only way I have, yeah.
It takes some time to get here, right? Usually a few days.
Are they going to get here in your grove?
I don't know. I feel like she would be able to. I feel like she's cunning enough. She found us even like when we were in the caravan.
She said she knew about the grove and stuff when we last spoke to her.
Oh yeah,
Right.
she just like tag on at the end of it. She pulled up on a different horse at the end of the convoy.
Here's an idea. We can also check what the rotation is for that portal.
I mean, if it can,
That is a fair point, actually. That would significantly cut travel times.
yeah, because if it is Neverwinter, we
Mhm.
can. Again, just it's just Gundren's current condition. That's gonna just.
Well,
sway me.
just send a sending spell to Gundren,
Yeah,
just
yeah.
ask him how he is.
I will send a sending spell to Gundren just to say, saw the news. Is everything okay?
You get an almost immediate reply. Oh my god! Wonderful to hear your voice. Things in Fandlin are a bit dodgy, but I'm doing okay. Hey, by the way, and then it cuts off.
Oh,
Fucking 25-word limit, you fucking bastards. So he says everything's a little bit dodgy.
that's with
But
an
he's
accent.
okay. And then like half of the message cut out because I don't think he realised there was a character limit.
okay. I mean, I guess I am slightly more at ease. Like I said, like 15% more at ease, but I think that's enough to wane me.
So here's the thing. We asked Mira to look into the Agile Hand and the shards in Baldur's Gate. To go to the Feywild, while I recognise that we can ask Lady Silverhand to come to us, she asked us to meet her in Thornhold. Forgot what it was called for a second there. Which is on the way back to Phandalin via Baldur's Gate.
Yep.
If we ask whoever's in charge at the bar if they have a portal to Baldur's Gate, and that significantly cuts a massive chunk out of our travel time.
So are you suggesting?
I am trying to find a compromise.
Baldur's Gate, Thornhold, Feywild, or Feywild back here, Baldur's Gate, Thornhold, Phandalin?
I was thinking, like, Neverwinter to Fenderland just to check it out, and then Thornhold is not too far away from there.
The problem with
Like that way we hit everything.
Neverwinter, we run the risk of losing Laborin, and I know for a fact Shimmer isn't willing to take that risk, and I am also not willing to take that risk. That just feels like it's going to turn into a side quest that we legitimately do not have the time for.
You turn invisible.
Is that?
That too. Oh, wait, he's a master of disguise, right? Didn't you say you you got like good at making disguises?
That's going to take a week.
Oh, it takes a week. What about disguise kits? Isn't that like a single-use consumable?
Don't think we have any. They sell them at Phandalin, but I'll have to go to Neverwinter to reach it.
Yeah. And nobody has disguise self, do they?
I mean, I do have a disguise kit on me.
Oh. I don't know. Ultimately, it's up to you guys. I'm obviously, you know where I stand on it. So, but I'll do whatever needs to be done.
As much as I want to go to the Feywild, I do understand Lexi's concerns around timescales, and if we do go and we come back and something's happened, or there's been a major plot twist and we've totally fucked up, I don't want any of us to feel like it was because we went to the Feywild.
Yeah, that's what I'm worried about.
Yeah, like wherever, like we're in a position where there are things happening in different parts of the world that we physically can't be everywhere all at once. So if we say we go to Baldur's Gate and we stay there for a while, things in Phandalin may develop, things in the Feywild may develop. We go to the Feywild, things in Baldur's Gate, things in Phandalin. You know, you get the point I'm making is everything's going to move on regardless of where we are.
Baldur's Gate is actually super far away from Thornhold.
Yep.
I just saw the map.
Yeah. Because
As
we
I just,
Baldur's Gate from Thornhold.
Yeah, I forgot about that. I thought it was actually closer.
there is a teleportation circle in a graveyard from Baldur's Gate to Thornhold, because that's how we got there.
True.
This is true.
Also, what if by chance the portal on rotation is Waterdeep? Right? That would be safe for everybody, and then it's pretty close to Thornhold.
Like we don't. There's
This is what I'm saying. We can ask whoever's in charge of the bar what the rotation is and what cities they visit, which would help us make a more confirmed decision. Like at the end,
Right.
we all want to go to the Feywild.
Mhm.
I'm just saying that we have a lot of plates spinning that we've just left to spin while we've been here. Like we sent
yeah.
Mira off on another mission once again to do something for work, and then we just fucked her off and we've gone and done other things.
Right.
Lexi's right. We've left.
She knew this
Fandolin.
time that we wouldn't be.
Yeah.
we wouldn't be
It's not a
back.
problem. I'm making a point, and Lexi's right in that we left Fandolin to go on this big journey to try and solve Fandolin's problems by finding the shards of the obelisk, which is gonna, end the world and has slowly destroyed Fandolin, and Fandolin's gone back to shit again. And Lexi's right in that, yeah, we probably should check in on that and make sure everybody's, not dying. And then obviously there's the overarching, the entire world is gonna burn. There's a dragon who just won't fucking die. So there's a lot going on. And I just think if we could at least try to check in before we go to a completely different plane with a completely different concept of time management, that's probably not a bad idea.
I mean, we do need to get clocks or whatever anyway, to be fair. So, is what you're suggesting is we go to Baldur's Gate via portal, gather information, get some watchers, maybe get some
Baldur's Gate
videos on
portal.
Fandolin, and then we go to the Feywild.
Yes.
Yeah.
But I think we need to talk to whoever's in charge of the rotating cities in that fucking bar, because it might be that they stop, because we know they stop at Neverwinter, which is close to Fandolin. Fantastic. Fucking miles away from Baldur's Gate, whatever. We know it stops at Luskan, which is even further north, which is completely fucking useless to us unless we're planning to go and make sure that fucking Glassstaff's actually in prison. So they might stop at Baldur's Gate, they might stop at Waterdeep, but we don't know unless we ask them. And it could be that they stop at all of these places and we can use that portal as a central hub so that we can go to Baldur's Gate and then we can check in at Neverwinter and try and get to Fandolin and back. And we might be able to do everything, but we need to ask them before we can find out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't mind really speaking to the bartender and just seeing how that all works. Because I mean, I do agree that we probably shouldn't go there as Feywild until we do have some kind of time implement, just so that we can reduce the risk.
Let me just run over there then, or something.
Just nip across the road, yeah, near Bosch.
I mean, are we not going to alert
Shimmer, it's your home. We're making all these big decisions, but it's for you. What do you want to do?
Well, it's not just for me, is it? It is for everybody and the entire world. So, if I have to wait a bit longer to see home, then so be it. And if we're going to Baldur's Gate anyway, the boring, you might as well see what Mira has to say. And if that leads us off down another rabbit hole, then so be it.
If Baldur's Gate is not an option in this cycling cityscape, we can forego it because, like Baldwin says, Mira knew we weren't going to be there anytime soon.
Well,
I think it is.
that I think that, the bartender could probably be persuaded. Honestly.
I just don't want to get pulled into another Elba murder mystery if we do end up in Baldur's Gate. I'm just saying.
We don't have to tell Elba we're there. I mean, it's a big fucking city. But if we're going there anyway, then Laborium Maps will see what Mira has to say. And yeah, I'm sure that the bartender can be persuaded if the portal doesn't happen to be the one we want. All he's got to do is change it for 5 seconds, let us through.
Yeah.
Let's speak to the bartender then, I guess.
We're
Do
not
we
gonna.
not need to go and speak to
Yeah, we need to speak to Thalindra first.
Yeah, fuck that Thalindra.
All right, off we go.
Let's knock on Barks, I guess.
Oh yeah, Barky.
Barky.
Yo, Barky.
Yeah. Thalindra
Let
requests your presence at the Elder Chambers.
I grant it.
we allow ourselves to show up.
Yeah, for the sake of brevity, then. So you turn up there and you find her as usual. She's stood actually on her own. She appears to be in some kind of meditative trance by the oaken throne. But as you guys approach, her eyes open. Well, welcome home. I take your presence as a good sign.
I
Our mission was a success.
personally take my presence as a good but slightly confused sign.
Yeah, do we maybe want to add a little bit more context other than it was a success? It was kind of a success, let's be honest.
It was.
100% success.
I'm going to say 99.9%.
It was potentially a success.
We killed the egg, we killed the dragon went away as ash and left behind a memory stone. That's the facts.
And we killed it.
Also, we killed a worm. Also, we found under where the egg was sitting in this sort of was it made out of marble, Jack?
Stone, yeah.
Stone. This kind of stone sarcophagus thing. A sort of not 100% sure, could be an arcane gate or hall of some kind, something like that. That Lexi looked into and leads to a place that was on fire that looks like it could have been Baldur's Gate, or we asked about Baldur's Gate, which apparently is fine. There was screaming, there was fire, everything of that sort of nature.
You see her
Specifically,
kind of
towers.
brings a hand to her head. She's, a lot of information.
Yes.
Let's go back to the beginning. You destroyed the egg, and you killed the dragon.
Yes.
You vanished
that order,
into
yes.
ash and dust.
Is that what happens when proper dragons die?
This is joyous news. This is exactly as I would expect to happen. So she kind of takes a step back and puts her hand to her chest and just gives this very polite bow. This grove will be forever and eternally grateful to all of you. And I will ensure that each of your names is written into our history books. It sounds like there are other revelations.
Yeah, I mean, when I was looking for its hoard, which apparently doesn't exist, which I do find odd.
That is odd.
Yeah, for a dragon, everything I know about them is they're greedy and have hoards of gold and stuff, but yeah, maybe I'm not an expert. Other than that, like I said, when we were looking for it, we found this sort of hole to a world unknown, full of horror.
It led specifically to the world I saw when I had first attuned to the stone Xandar was holding on to.
Ah, yes, I remember. There was something odd about that stone.
Yes, it might be from the larger, maybe other version of Venomfnag from that mirror world. I don't know how it got here. It's definitely from an older dragon, as we've seen. As Venomfnag keeps getting larger and older, the stones it leaves behind gets darker. So we know it's from an older dragon.
I think that older dragon was the one my parents and like Co took care of. I think.
But I'm curious on why it would have shown me the perspective of this other world. That's why I'm thinking it was the mirror version of Venomfnag, because why would I see the destruction it caused? Why would I see that weird undead? Why would I see the burning cities, the obsidian pillars? If it was from the elder dragon that your ancestors defeated, why would it be showing me these things that aren't happening here or then?
Well, it is very curious, that is for sure. Other realms, dimensions, are not my area of expertise. However, it occurs to me that perhaps Venomfnag was using this portal, as you describe it, as somewhere to keep his horde extra safe. Perhaps that's where he was taking what he was keeping. And perhaps that is how that other stone had made its way into our world. But I am no expert.
Maybe.
Rest assured
don't
on
really-
this. I will, in time, when the news spreads and people are more settled, send out an expedition to investigate further. In the meantime, the immediate threat seems to have waned. So
we can agree on.
So now back to the bigger question. What would you like me to do with the shard, if anything?
Have you learned anything about it since we've been gone? Has it done anything?
Did you leave it with her, or did you take it with you?
I thought we left it with her.
Ah,
We
you
left it
did.
with her.
You
She
did.
wanted to. She wanted to look at it more.
You did, yeah. It has not acted in any particular way. I have cloaked it and protected it in the way that the grove enables me to do. And she will kind of twist her hands, and you'll see these vines come up from the floor below, and there's this large egg-shaped massive vine, and then the vines split apart, and you can see that the shard is kind of held and entangled within it. Only I am able to retrieve it in such a manner. And while I live, that will always be the case.
Keep on living.
I intend to.
Nice little action.
Haven't learned anything in the last month or so, or a couple of weeks that you've been away, but I will endeavour to do more, and if I do, then I will find a way to let you know.
I don't know. Did you ever agree on inviting over Silverhand to have the? I believe we were gonna have a discussion all together to see whether or not who would be more capable hands. I mean, obviously I'm biased. I'd say just leave it here, but I don't know if we're gonna go through with it or not.
I think it was also like splitting the shards up, so if we get another one, maybe leave it with Silverhand and stuff, so that if the worst were to happen and the evil would find, say, the Grove or Silverhand or whatever, that they wouldn't find just a pile of shards and put them all together. You know?
Right. I guess that's the
Yeah.
reason why they've been scattered like this to begin with.
Mm.
And we're repeating the cycle.
You can. You just. No need to get Lady Silverhand involved with this one. I trust the Lundra with it. If anything ever comes
why.
knocking, bury it as deep as you can with no convenient puzzles, locks. Just fuck all that. Dig a hole, fill it with cement. Do it. Just... No fuss. My brain is just racked with other people's voices, horrible visions. I'm a bit of a fed up boy at the moment.
Speaking of which, please get rid of that stone.
Yes, I don't see any reason to keep hold of keep attuned to the final stone Venomfnag dropped. It only showed me a mixtape of his final day. I will attempt to unattune to it.
You unattune to it without issue.
Oh, hey, I pile drive it into the ground.
I'll drive it. How do you...
She lifts it back up with another vine through Druidcraft and pulls it up to her hand. Perhaps I will keep this one safe too.
Yes, I did give you the other two, right? Including the first one, which is the weird one.
You did.
But I can try to keep me up to date with what's up with that one, if you find any more.
I will do everything I can, as you have done for us. As soon as I learn anything, I will let you know.
Cool beans.
Let it be known that should you travel at any point without Baldwin, for some reason, you may call Silverleaf Grove at any point you wish your home. All of you. And if there is anything the Grove can do to help you in your future endeavors, you need only ask.
Do I get my
Well,
own treehouse?
Say again?
Do I get my own treehouse?
If you would like one.
Yes. There's a nice place right at the top. I climbed to it the other last month. I climbed to it last month. It's got a lovely view of the rest of the Grove, at least the second time over. And you can see that strange puff of starry smoke that fills this sky here. It's very nice.
Starry smoke?
Yes, I saw it when I climbed the tree. It seemed to be coming sort of from the north. There's sort of a glittery smokestack that appeared for a small moment that seemed to dissipate into the sky here.
Not any natural phenomenon I'm aware of.
Well, add that to your list of things we've asked you to look into.
yeah.
She chuckles.
That might be somewhere near the swamp or like where that river expands magically. I had a look around but with Baldwin, but we didn't find much.
Perhaps a mishap of magic or alchemy is what you saw.
Maybe. It was rather beautiful, though.
Well, should you return and intend to stay for a longer period of time, then we will look into a permanent residence for you.
Yeah. Maybe add a ladder or some sort of safety net. I nearly perished.
Yes, not something we usually have to concern ourselves with, obviously.
I consider myself quite the explorer.
Give her some of your goop so you can have a key to the door. Just a little bit of goop, not a lot.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Yeah.
I got really concerned.
You can most certainly keep all of your goop. I do not need Any goop of any nature from any of you,
Food.
thank you.
Be careful, it might turn into another one of me.
Now, where are you going to go next?
What did we vote on again? It was.
I don't know.
Gate, right? Baldur's Gate.
Potentially.
Yes.
We have some
Business.
logistics to figure out.
Such as?
We've got.
Where we're going and how to get there.
Yeah, we've got like 5, maybe, or no, was it like 4? An amount of locations. These other shards, maybe. It's just setting priorities at the moment.
Well, how to get there is less of a worry if it's somewhere I am familiar with.
I see. You
Have
can take
you
us there,
ever been?
grandmother?
Baldur's Gate, Phandalin, and the Feywild.
I doubt Thulindra knows about Phandalin.
The Feywild, no, sadly not. Despite its nature and its effect on the grove, I have not been there myself. And besides, I do not believe I could make the travel between planes. However, Baldur's Gate, I can get you reasonably close. Phandalin, I'm not familiar with, I'm afraid.
Yes, it's.
Where
But,
would it be close to?
I mean, closest major city is
It's Neverwinter.
Between Neverwinter and the Mirror of Dead Men. It's snuggled right there off the high road.
She thinks for a moment. I know there's a small place I went to when I was very young. Quite close to a moorland along the Desarin River. I could get you as far as there.
maps. Oh, I found it.
Right here.
The Desarin River.
You say Yartar? Or
No, it would be a little further south than Yata.
the south and
I see. Oh, right here, I see it. Amphail, right? You said?
Between the two. It's very
Did
remote.
you say Moorland?
Yeah, Moorland.
Oh.
Not a named location, just somewhere along that river.
Oh. Okay, that's up the long road. Okay.
Yes, not far from the long road. I believe you should be able to make your way to somewhere near Neverwinter from there.
I mean,
Okay, so now we have options. So
And if you
Baldur's
wanted,
Gate or
if you wanted to go to Baldur's Gate, I can get you to the Cloakwood, no problem.
I always thought once we reached Baldur's Gate, we would get to. I'm talking to the party, not necessarily Thulindra, but I thought we could use that teleportation circle to get to Thornhold. Talk with whatever we need with Lady Silverhand, and then.
Do you have teleport?
No, do you actually need the spell? I thought it was like just a.
You need
permanent
the
teleportation.
spell.
Okay, well,
Or you can just do the send spell to her anyway.
yeah. What's up? What's up,
yeah, she can
girl?
hook us up.
Could you hook us up with a good old teleport here, babe?
I'd like to confirm I will not be calling anyone babe in any way, shape, or form at any point in my life.
You can call him Honey or something,
No.
or Cherry Pie, or
It
Sugar.
will be, hello, Lady Silverhand. Could you
Girl.
please teleport us from Baldur's Gate to Thornhold? Please and thank you. Kind regards.
Girl, your hand's
Sure.
looking extra silvery tonight.
Or she could just come to Baldur's Gate or whatever, just so we can speak to her and talk stuff over.
True, we can talk to your contact and Silverhand if we can get her to Baldur's Gate. So that can be 2 birds in 1 stone.
Yeah.
And you can get some watches for the Feywild.
We can get some watches for the Feywild.
Yeah, we can get it from the pawn shop guy. I forget his name.
He
The guy was saying about Moonshun.
He left the
fucked
city.
off.
Oh, that's right. Oh man, unfortunate.
Maybe Juan's got a clock making business on the side. I mean, if he charges that much for a room,
It only has one hand, and it only goes to one, and then it spins all the way around and goes to one again.
nice.
What time is it?
One.
One.
I think if Shimmer ever has to see Juan again, she might actually kill someone.
Would it be one?
No, don't kill Juan.
He's one of a kind.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's the one for the job.
Right, okay, let's get off the one jokes.
Yeah,
Does
okay.
this change our plans at all?
No.
Yeah, we can do boulders, and then we can, like I said, LeBron's contact, and maybe you can send for Silverhand, and maybe she can send us somewhere else. You know what I mean?
Well, she did say she could send us to the Feywild.
There you go. All in one place. Baldur's Gate.
There's our ticket. Big BG.
Mm-hmm.
The beach.
You would like me to send you to Baldur's Gate?
Right now, is there
Well, you
anything
can
else
get-
we want to do in the Grove? Baldwin, would you like to say goodbye to your family?
Very quickly, yes, I will do that, I guess.
Okay.
Oh wait, and also Michael was involved in helping us kill Venomfnag, so he should
Oh
get
yeah,
recognition
Michael
as
was
well.
there.
He
he deserves to be put in the name. The
I will
history
in-
books as well.
I will ensure that I speak to him. So, Baldwin, if you want to scamper off and say your goodbyes, where are you going to start?
Start home. Home sweet home.
You head home. You find Bartholomew, Tabitha, and Beatrice all sat around, chatting joyfully. Tabitha addresses you first. Baldwin, hi. Everything okay?
Oh yeah, everything is great, Mother. I'm just gonna be going away for a while.
Leaving so soon?
Yeah, saving the world and all that. No time for breaks.
She kind of drops. she was doing some kind of craft, and she's put that down to one side, and she gets up from her chair, walks over to you, and just wraps her arms around you and gives you a massive hug.
I return it.
Beatrice gets up and kind of crashes into both of you. Bartholomew walks up and he... Well, son, you have done things that many in this grove will never do. He kind of nods his head in a gentle bow to you. Beatrice takes a step back and she performs some very, very rudimentary and immature druid craft. Produces a small flower and just jumps up and pops it in your hair.
It's beautiful, Beatrice. Thank you. I will treasure it forever.
Tabitha gives you a kiss on the cheek and you can see a tear in her eye.
It's okay, Mother. I'll be okay.
I'm sorry for everything. I did my best to protect you. I hope you know that.
I do. I know all you did, and I appreciate that. And that made me into the man I am today, and I hope I continue to make you guys proud.
As the tears stream down her face, she just places her hand on your cheek. I love you, my boy. Thank you so much for everything you've done, and to your friends. They are welcome in my home anytime.
Thank you. I'll make sure they know that as well. But this isn't goodbye forever. I'll return when it's done.
Bartholomew's. I know. And we'll be here waiting for you.
Thank you, Father.
He puts a hand on Tabitha's shoulder and just kind of pulls her away from you a little and just kind of gives her a hug. He reaches out and puts his hand on your shoulder. You are a hero of this grove. Go out there and be a hero of the world, Baldwin.
I will. I'll try my best. I'll carry you all in my heart forever, and I appreciate you being there for my ritual, and I'm just very lucky to have you guys, and for taking care of me and all this. And like I said, I'll just keep trying to make you guys proud, and I'll be all right. You needn't worry. With me and my friends, we can take over the world if we wanted to, but we won't be doing that.
Beatrice kind of hugs your leg again. You're the best, and I know it.
You're gonna be in my position one day. Maybe, hopefully not. But
I'm not sure I want to fight dragons, Baldwin.
no, hopefully not. But you be strong one day, stronger than you are right now. I know you're very strong. And I'll be there to watch you ascend as well, Beatrice.
She has this massive smile on her face. I can't wait for the day, and I pray you'll be there.
No worries, I will be. I promise. Well, this is goodbye. I'll see you when I return, whenever that is.
They will kind of nod, give you one final hug and kiss. Wish you the best on your travels.
All right. Yeah, I say my goodbyes as well. One final hug and all that, and yeah, just I'm assuming they'll be waving me off at the doorway, and I just kind of look back and wave and one last glance, and just walk back to the Elders Council.
Just as you're making your way down one of the rope swing bridges, you see Michael coming across the other end. Oh, I was just coming to see you.
Hi, cousin. How are you doing?
Hello, cousin. Strange. I don't think I'll get used to that.
It'll take some time.
Have you been to see Thalindra yet?
We have. I was just there a moment ago. My rest of my companions are there now. We're preparing to leave soon.
You're leaving already?
Yes, we have more pressing matters. We must find the rest of the shards and save the world.
Well, from one adventure to the next, a true hero kind of reaches his hand out to you to shake it.
Yeah, just bro grasp it and just bring him in.
He kind of does the same. Moon Shadow Blood Song.
Yep. That's me.
Well, brother, cousin, friend, good luck. Should you need my help for anything, let me know. I'll keep the grove safe in the meantime while you're gone. Don't worry about that.
Oh no, I'm sure you can take care of it. Just yourself. You handled yourself well with the dragon, so you got this.
So, as did you and your friends. They are true warriors, all of them.
Yeah, I knew you'd come around.
Well, they proved me wrong. I respect that. Well, I won't keep you any longer, so Good luck. I look forward to hearing your stories when you get home.
Yes, please. And watch over my family for me, please, as well.
Of course. It's the least I can do.
Thank you, Michael. I'll see you whenever I get back.
Gives you one last firm handshake and walks off across the rope bridge. You make your way back to the rest of the group with Thalindra as you approach. Are you ready?
Yes.
Very well. She walks across to the side of the council chamber, begins to cast a spell, and you can see the wall is a bark-like wall, and a split opens up within it wide, and just beyond you see a vast open field. And just off in the distance you can make out towering spires. Quick, I won't be able to hold it for long.
All right. Well, this is goodbye for now, grandmother. I'll see you when I get back, and I'll give her a bow. Thank you for everything.
I look forward to your return, Baldwin.
And with that, I pass through.
It's thank you for having us. I hope we've been good guests.
You have been the best guests, Lexi. We are extremely grateful for your arrival.
I will also do a deep bow.
She nods very politely at you.
Then from my bowed position, I will shuffle through the portal.
It's like little feet, like
Laboran?
I guess I'll just like nod my head and walk through.
Shimmer?
Yeah, same. I'll just take the Borin's hand and nod and walk through.
Okay. Hello.
I'll kind of go a step through and stop and look at her and just say, I know she won't venture out much, if at all, but give my thanks to old Vesh for everything. And just walk through.
Did you say that? There's a kind of a frown on her face. And then make an insight check for me.
Oh, dear Lord. I'm quite good at insight.
19. As you walk away, there's this very slight smile in the corner of her mouth. She knows. And as you step through the portal, the first thing you notice is the fresh sea air that hits your face. And that is where we'll end the session and pick up next week. Thank you, everybody. Hope you enjoyed that. That ends officially the Silverleaf arc. It was a long one, but it was a good one. So thank you. I very much look forward to how this plays out next. And yeah, I'll see you all next week. See you soon.
It is.
Au revoir.